Ready to do battle between the Atlanta Falcons and the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Y'all having little town freakniks, man? What the fuck is going on?
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Running, it's Drake.
Nah, I am going to shoot it, bro.
Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's 2nd down.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. On play action, they'll throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, 1st down. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a 1st down.
Listen.
Oh, boy.
Okay.
Are you probably on team in
And he brought down. That's a face mask.
They probably on team.
Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
When the next season come up?
I don't know. This one just started.
How many games y'all playing?
That wasn't a block. Okay.
10.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Complete to his running back, Kenyon Drake.
Turnover.
It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
On 1st down, it's Drake, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Well, you always shoot the wrong shot.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12.
What are you about to say? What you about to say,
this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. They're going to look to throw.
Stop playing, Adam. What are you doing,
nothing but green ahead of him. And he will score. Touchdown, Falcons. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, they put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
Yeah, outside, Grandma.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Man, let them hide to you. They need this shit. They got Adams, boy. They is not going to win that nail motherfucking game.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack it.
He's got the lane, and there he goes. Touchdown, Vikings. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year. As these guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards. Still got a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Oh, scumbags.
Guys, we're supposed to be friends.
Here we go. 50 plant. Hey, high 7.
All right. That's one bridge jumper.
They'll run on first down. McClellan. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Look like it's about to be leaning towards the Call of Duty moment.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Off play action. King. He's letting it fly for Cook. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Brandon Cooks. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. That'll be taken in the end zone.
Nigga, you sleep? Man, don't come in with no baby ass voice or no deep ass voice, nigga. You come here whispering and shit, nigga.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway.
Hey,
and coming off a one-play drive, it was so deflating for the defense. What's their mentality? How do they rally here and stop this offense?
Well, hopefully there's some determination that sets in. Because I think they weren't ready to go on the last one. Give all the credit to the offensive guys for getting it done, but
I think I said what's up, man.
that's just not being prepared. So now, are they determined?
He didn't say all that, man. He just said what's up.
And we'll see how determined they are. Now on first down, Drake again.
That nigga Rick can put the extra
made the tackle there
on
from a
there.
safety position.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. 2nd and 6. His throw incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, and it's third down.
There's no trace of nervousness there. He was able to diagnose that play from his linebacker position, stay in excellent coverage, and bat the ball away.
Smoke, though.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Tech McKinley made his way into the backfield. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw is King. From the gun, he'll throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Through one quarter, 14-7 at Rose School.
Can't wait, man, till we play tonight, man. Niggas doing shit, man.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Hey, nice. Well, after the night, after we win the night, man, if that don't move us up in the goddamn rankings, this is
back to throw. King, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season.
16.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to get on the same page.
Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10.
They're just talking shit on that bitch, too.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them they control your fate. Leverage guys. When you go out of scrimmage, if you do that, you start winning first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs, and that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run with Drake.
Right about Will in that defense.
It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. Back-to-back good plays have a rhythm because he's real good first. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Tech McKinley able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Did y'all win last night?
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands. Guess what? Creates a lot of confusion.
Ain't you on Carter
kind of a mug in the middle of the field. Make a play on the football.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Looking for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted.
Hey, yo, Bishop Burton.
Positioning, and it's picked off.
If you running the damn thing or not, man.
His guys will get the football back.
If you don't, man, you don't want to,
you've got a few different ways to play offensively. But this is not the type of offense that's going to wave the white flag. They're going to keep chucking it. And this time, it results in an interception.
Watch the slip. Check out 366. Pull it.
That amuse you, nigga?
On 1st down, McClellan.
And
shedding his way. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Past the 20. Touchdown, Falcons. A great play there.
Hey, bro, it don't matter, bro.
80-yard touchdown. And the Falcons are able to show off their quick strike ability.
Hey, yo, stop rushing me, bro. Stop talking to me like that, bro.
80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute.
Starting
on your own
I'm on his shit list
you
already.
want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start.
That shit crazy, bro.
They went for
That
the
shit
whole
crazy,
thing
bro.
and got it.
That
That's a
shit
great
crazy.
way to send a message
You
to the
always
opposing
on
team.
Adam shit.
I know, man, because he couldn't beat me in 2K. That shit crazy, bro. That shit crazy. We playing blood
The
money,
Minnesota
right?
offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And 2 interceptions already here in this first half. That's got to affect him a little bit, right? He's got to be thinking about it.
Oh, my
He's got to be thinking about
goodness.
it, but most of the
Bitch,
good
you.
ones, they find a way to put it aside. They're not happy about it by any stretch of the imagination. They find a way to put it aside and continue to play their game.
Always
Can he
fucking with
put
me,
it
bro. Just shut
aside?
the fuck up,
Let's
right?
find out. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's a 2nd and 7. He completes it to Wilson. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. They have 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard
Who
there.
enjoys paying a shitload of money for a phone
The
bill?
Vikings on
No.
3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. They'll drop to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's King throwing to start the drive. He gets it to Cooks. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Throwing right, and that's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Looking to throw. King. This will be caught at about the 5. They call it no gain there on the 1st down play.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. They'll try the left side. McClellan, and he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
And a nice job defensively to keep him out of the end zone. He was trying to get a 2nd touchdown already in the 1st half.
They had that one earlier, was bidding for a 2nd. On 3rd down, McClellan, and he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. A great effort there.
Probably found
With
out
his
that
2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Zerline good with a PAT.
Holy
and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
Y'all niggas ain't
The kickoff
shit.
team on the field now as they will send
Adam
this
mad
one
because he couldn't
away.
buy a game on 2K today. I'm mad.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
Chuck, get on my
And
nerves,
no
old
run back
duck
here.
mouth
This will be a
fan.
touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 38, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard.
Damn. Who out there was it to come on here in the goddamn woods? Got myself killed out of goddamn combat area.
Intercepted by the Falcons. His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
You said 40?
Set, ready? 30 base. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. Come get some. Come on here, come get some. He don't want it. Deep grip, deep grip.
King now throwing on first down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Falcons push further out in front. But what a quick turnaround there. They get the football. Next play, boom, touchdown.
I've been in a situation before where a turnover occurs, and if you're over on the bench with your defensive mate and you talk about what to do on your next series, and all of a sudden you hear sudden change, you got to get out on the field and defend right away. Not everyone is mentally prepared to go.
Is that what is yelled on the sidelines a lot of times?
That, among other things.
Maybe some words we can't share here.
Yeah, we'll just keep this one PG.
FCC violation.
No doubt.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
On second down, it's Drake. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second.
I hate you,
We just saw a
bud.
great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. Now Drake loses the football, and the Falcons grab it. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man.
He's
I'm
going
not
down
going
on
to
that
tip it.
bitch.
I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw. King. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 14 yards there on a Falcon first down.
We didn't need to ask around the league, but we got to confirm this guy's a good player. They've got to find a way to get him more involved, call a few more plays that target him.
Absolutely, because here we are toward the end of the first half, and that's the first target, not just the first catch.
Cross towards me, bro.
Hey, wahoo! Ready?
King on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Let's go! Let's go! Down! 50, plant! Watch the out, watch. Pilot, 64, weak! Watch out, watch out!
Now King, operating from the gun. Catch made here by Campbell. And they move this all the way down to the 9. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. And he'll give it here to his running back. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. This one from 35 yards away. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll keep it on the ground. McClellan. And he'll get this up only to about the 33. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play.
He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Here's Seibert now to add the extra point.
No, I gotta go
and
get
the lead is down to 24.
Yeah. Join the party, bro.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six.
No one join the party. He just pops up and he kicking ass and he's gonna see his son.
And taken successfully.
Oh, weird over Bershman.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They'll run on first down. McClellan. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is King. From the gun, he'll throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the midfield strike, Campbell making the catch. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
What's up, man?
On first down, McClellan. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Here's King, looking to throw on second down. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the gun on third down, King.
I feel like you're talking to me, so you better watch your mouth.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front seven? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big.
Hey, bro, you really doing whole ass shit like that?
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tack McKinley in there to get him.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
For him on the year.
Well, so
I got a few screenshots over this bitch. You hear me?
Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Just for niggas like him.
And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards. On first down, Johnson. And a little floater there is incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10.
This is a hell of a screenshot.
2nd and 10. Wilson's got it complete. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
this one I know. This one just about 15, 20 minutes ago.
Get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw. Johnson. And that is incomplete.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in the cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
Tell him, bro, you don't play no Call of Duty anymore.
Johnson, and that's caught by Smith. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Now Johnson on 1st and 10. It's complete to Drake. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. A very good gain on 1st down. 9 yards on the dump off. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And to give this time to the tailback. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Vikings on 3rd down. It's been a problem. Just 1 for 7 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now Drake. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 2. He got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run. It's Drake. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. So no reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Johnson now operating from the gun. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion. You figure defensively in the 4th quarter here, you've held the team under 100 yards passing. You've done your job.
Especially in today's NFL, which is truly a pass-first league.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Johnson throwing on 3rd and long.
Damn.
And he's caught on the sideline, but Well, he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds. So a big call there that brings up 4th. So now on comes the field goal unit. And, wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
King now on 3rd down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the left side. McClellan. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
70, Indy.
First down, Atlanta.
Blue draw Corker. Bravo. Mike Bobo.
Throwing on first down. King. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Johnson. Caught by Wilson. And he lost the football. And the Falcons grab it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth.
It's an afternoon to forget, absolutely. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw. King. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Let's go. 22 Jet Bomber. 22 Jet Bomber. Hey, Haywood. Shoot.
Looking to throw. King looking end zone, but it's incomplete. And the incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd them.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've hit that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
She's singing too.
No, she's
on like the 5th tune.
Yeah, she left Scales way behind, but he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They stay on the ground with Drake. And he loses the football a second time. And the Falcons grab it. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone.
Going across to the
defensive touchdown. Fumbles, that's how you get in the coach's doghouse. The first one lost and it hurt. This time you lose it and it's taken in for a score. It really hurt.
And about that doghouse, it won't exactly be comfortable, and it definitely won't be air-conditioned.
Milk bones?
None.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Write that down, bring it out. The end zone was the kickoff, but then they'd have to explain kickoff.
Here's Johnson, off play action. And he hits Drake. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. So the first interception of his career under center, and you knew it was going to happen sooner or later.
It has to. And I know he feels like the world is just tumbling down at this moment, but there's got to be some veteran somewhere, some mentor that's going to tell him, hang in there, my man. Plenty more to come. Yeah. Keep firing.
60 outlaw. They're going to need some therapy after this.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
Charles.